The tutorial classes. The tutorial classes I started by today. The first group was from 2 to 3, and the other session of the week has been posted on the Teams. You can see, and then you can choose any one of the group, and the question will be given to the teaching assistant. They will share with the student. So I will also upload the question on the team and Moodle so that you can have the question before you attend any tutorial classes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you
Yes, ma'am.
practice some questions on the payroll accounting? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
You can hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so we are talking about the payroll accounting. In payroll accounting, we prepare the net payable income of the individuals, whatever they earn after working a certain period of time, either for weekly basis or monthly basis. So when we talk about payroll accounting, we need to consider the various item of the payment which is a employee can receive from their employer, either salary or wages. Can you see the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So either salary or wages, bonuses. If someone is qualified for the bonus, they can get bonus or commission, overtime pay. When we are saying overtime pay, we are talking about both the normal pay and also the abnormal pay. Then we also talk about the other payable benefit to the employee from the employer, like payment if they are doing for contributing the employer, contribution for the insurance or retirement plan or for the sick days leaves. So we include everything in it, right? Then from that, the basic pay means the original amount as a fixed salary or fixed wages, which is paid to an employee, are known as basic pay. In basic pay, we do not include any bonus payment or any other commission or interest. Anything else which is given to the employee will not be added when we are talking about the basic pay. Basic pay means the amount which is paid on based on the time uh, for certain activities like per week, per month, like that. Then when in basic pay, when we also add like the bonuses, overtime pay or premium, commission, all these, when you add them, the sum of it is known as gross earning. To calculate the gross earning is important because gross earning is subjected to tax, a tax of the amount to be paid on the gross earning. And the difference between the gross pay and the amount actually received is attributable to the payroll deduction. When we talk about the deduction is paid for the pension contribution, which is amount paid at the age of retirement. So pension contribution according to the Botswana uh, tax system, or you can say that according to the revenue regulation, the pension contribution from the employee is not taxable. So when we are calculating the tax, we should not include the amount of tax on the contribution of employee to the pension fund or to the pension scheme. Then we charge the tax. The tax is based on the progressive tax system, but the tax is always charged on employees' gross earning, not only gross salary, but gross earning, which is include the basic salary plus other benefit or other uh, monetary benefit which is received by the employee from their employer for the purpose of charging the tax by the tax department. Then the other deductions is like pension contribution, medical aid, union contribution. Um, if they have taken any insurance policy to insure their property like car, home, and also the life insurance, then a certain amount paid to the insurance company, which is called insurance premium. So that insurance premium is also deducted from the payroll accounting. To understand how those deduction has been made and how the total gross pay to be calculated, we are going to see this example. I also share this example today with other students in the class. Okay, so first of all, you can read the question here. Read the question and see what information has been given there. So our question is saying that Thuso Spares has 4 employees. They are paid on a weekly basis with a overtime paid for all hours worked over the 40 in a week. The overtime rate is 1.5 times the regular rate of pay. The payroll information is as follows. So to determine the payroll slip, we have the other information as, which is you can see on the second sheet. There are 4 employees who worked for this business. Jane, Takiso, Tumo Mention, Juditha, Beng, and Gare Jonaha. And then we have their employment number and the rate by which the payment is made to them. The payment rate can be different based on the work activity has been assigned to them. And then there we have some there other details, because sometimes in the question, if someone is single or married, there is also eligible for the spouse allowance or children education allowance. So that information has been used to determine if this employee is suitable for those allowance or not. Then there is a general allowance per week, which is given to these 4 employees. Like Jenny, he was paid with the 50 pula. Tumo mentioned 35, Beng 35, and Gare also with the same amount, and some members are the member of union of the organization, some they don't. Then during the week ending September 9, Jane worked 39 hours, Tumo worked 43 hours, Judith and Gare, they each worked 36 hours. The income tax is deducted at the rate of 12% of the gross earnings. We also need to compute mandatory pension contribution of 6.2%, Medicare at contribution of 2%, and union member fee pay weekly is 5 pula. And for those members who are the member of union, they also pay 5 pula per week charges for it. So on the basis of this information, you are required to prepare the payroll register for the week, which is ending on September 9th. And we need to arrange the employees in alphabetical order by using their last name. So you can see that these are the 4 employees. If we are arranging them in alphabetical order according to their surname, which employee will come first? Which one will come first?
Judith Bank.
Which one?
Judith Bank.
Yes, Judith Bank will come first. So we prepare the list and then okay, it's not coming like this. Otherwise, we wanted to show the each calculation, but it's okay. So we start with Judith Gare, and he worked 36 hours in the week, which is ending on 9th of September. So we start with Ben Judith. The hourly rate for him is 11 pula 90 thabe. So his basic earning for the week will be, he worked 36 hours, 36 times 11 pula 90 thabe. So when you multiply, you will get this figure. That's how we get this figure, 428 and 40 pula. You can check your answer. Thirty-six times 11.90. So it will give 428 pula and 40 tabe. He will also pay 35 pula as a overtime, or sorry, as a allowance, general allowance. So under allowance column, we will write 35 pula. Then overtime, for that we have to look in the question if he is qualified for the overtime. Then Overtime will be paid only to those employees who worked more than 40 hours, because the normal working hours for this business for a week is 40 hours. So someone is qualified for the overtime if they are working more than 40 hours. So regarding with the Judith Gare, he worked only 36 hours. So does he qualify for the overtime? Is he qualified for the overtime? Because the normal working hours is 40 and he worked only 36 hours. So does he work any extra hours?
No, ma'am.
He didn't, right? So he is not qualified for the overtime and any overtime pay. That's why in the column of overtime, we are not going to write any amount. Then there is no information about if these employees are having any bonus or any commission. So in the absence of bonus and commission or interest, now we add the total earnings. Total earning, or it is also known as gross earnings. So basic pay plus allowance, it will make the total gross earning, which is 463 Pula and 40 Thebe. Then this is not the actual amount a employee he earned, but he will not take this whole amount at home because there are certain charges which need to be charged on this income. Like from this earning, the bank also contributes some money for the pension scheme. He also contributes for the medical aid and as a union membership and tax, obviously. So we have to calculate those um, deductions. So first of all, before we charge the tax, we need to calculate the pension contribution. Why pension contribution we need to know before? Why we need to know the pension contribution? As I said earlier, if an employee is contributing some money, means he is depositing some money to the pension scheme so that when he is retiring, pension is the amount which is given or paid when somebody retired from the job. So he get a lump sum amount and he can use that amount for any his requirement. So if he is saving some money, which is he's supposed to receive at the time of retirement, then that amount will be deducted, but no tax will be charged on that amount, the amount which is contributed or taken away for the pension fund. So that's why we need to calculate the pension contribution, because on this amount, the tax is not going to be charged. So the pension is always charged on the basic earnings or basic pay, which is 428 Kul and 40 Tabe. And how much is the pension contribution? What is the rate for it? The rate for pension contribution is 6.2. So by 6.2%, we will calculate on this 428 Kula and 40 Tabe. Can you please calculate this amount? Even we do not add the allowance for that calculation. 428 and 40 tabe, then times 6.2%, which is give you 26 pula and 56 tabe. So 26 pula 56 tabe is the pension contribution by the rate of 6 pula 6.2%. After calculating this figure, then this pension, which is already included here in the gross earning, we subtract. We have to subtract this amount from the gross earning. So our gross earning is 463 pula and 40 tebe minus 26.56. So the remaining amount is 436 after subtracting for the pension, 436 pula and 84 tebe. On 436 pula 80 tebe, we will charge tax with the rate of 12%, which is give you 52 pula and 42 tebe. So this is the tax. So the tax will charge with the rate of 52 pula, 42 tabe. Do you understand how we calculate this amount? Does everybody understand how we calculate
Yes,
the
ma'am.
amount of pay as you earn? नानू नीचे जाओ, नानू नीचे जाओ. For medical contribution is 2%. Medical contribution is 2% of the basic earning, right? So basic earning is 428 pula and 40 tebe. Then 2% of it. Can we calculate 2% of it? Time 2%. You can calculate 8.56. Which one we can round up? 8.57. 8.568. 8.57. Right? Judith Bang. Right? Then union membership. Is it a union member? The Judith Bang?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
he is the union member. So he has to pay 5 pula union fees. So total deduction is, then if there is no any other deduction, we add them. And the sum of it, 92 pula, 55 tabe. Right? You can add them. 52.42 plus 56
Yes, ma'am.
plus 8.57 plus 5. So the total is 92 pula 55 tabe, right? This amount we will subtract from the gross earning. which is 463 pula 40 thabe.
Yes.
When you subtract the total deduction from the total gross earning, the net pay is 370.85. Just calculate at the same time so that you can understand how we are calculating this figure. Okay? Are we together?
Yes.
So when bank is earning 463 pula
Yes, ma'am.
40 thabe, then he is actually receiving the net pay 370 pula and 85 thabe. So do you clear everybody how we calculate for the bank? Now, according to the alphabetical order, who is the second one? Who is the second employee? First is Judith Bank, then in alphabetical order, who will come second? According to their surname,
Jonah. It's Jonah.
Jonah, right?
Ma'am,
Jonah,
it's Jonah.
huh? What's the right pronunciation?
Yes, ma'am.
No, say again. Jonah, right?
Yes,
Anyway.
ma'am. That's what she has said.
Okay, Jonah Gare. So second we list the second employee, Jonah Gare. How many hours he worked during the week which is ending September 9th? How many hours he worked? He also worked 36 hours, right?
36 hours.
Yes. And what is the rate by which
Yes,
he's
ma'am.
paying? He's paying with the rate of 13 pula. All right. So he's paying with the rate of 13
Yes,
pula.
ma'am.
He worked for 36 hours. So how much will be the basic earning from him? 36 times 13.
468.
Yeah, 468 pula, right? Plus he is getting also the general allowance, 35. So when we
Yes.
add allowance 35, overtime, as the overtime information is given there, overtime, what is the overtime? Did he work any extra hours, more than 40 hours in a week?
No, ma'am.
He's not, right? Yeah. So he is not eligible for any overtime premium. So his total earning is 468 plus 35, 503 pula, which is total gross earning. Then this is not the actual amount he's supposed to receive because he also contribute for the pension contribution, medical aid, and union membership and the tax. So for pension scheme, what is the rate for the pension contribution? 6.2. So first of all, we have to charge 6.2% of which gross pay or basic pay? The pension will be charged on basic pay or gross pay because we have two figures, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Basic
charged
pay
by
and the gross pay. Yes. So it's always charged basic pay. Always remember, it's always find out on the basic pay. So how much is the pension contribution?
29 pula.
Yes, 29 pula and 01. So we can say that 02, 29.02.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Or even if we round up just 29 is still is okay because it's not going to make a big difference. But just say 2902. So we subtract 2902 from the gross earning. So the remaining amount will be is 473 pula and 98 thabe. On that we will charge the income tax 12%. So on 473 and 98 thabe with the rate of 12%. So how much will be the tax amount? Calculate everybody. How much will be the taxable amount?
56.88.
Yes, everybody get the same answer? Okay, then we also calculate for medical aid contribution. Always remember the pension, medical aid, any, we always do on the basic earning, which is how much percentage? I think 2%. So 2% of the basic pay. The basic pay is 468 times 2, which is give you 9 pula, 36 thabe. Okay. Then we add all these figure. Now there is no any more other deduction. So we add tax, amount of tax, pension contribution, medical aid contribution plus union membership fee. When you add, the total will be 100 in pula and 26 thabe, right? Now we deduct the all deductions from the gross earning. So we minus from 503. So the payable amount is 402.74. Everyone get the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the
Yes,
third
ma'am.
employee is mention. The mention how many hours he worked during the week ending September 9. Jane worked 39 hours. Tumo mentioned he worked 43 hours. Juditha and Gare, they worked 36 hours. So the Tumo, Juditha worked 43. Mentioned he worked 43. So he worked more than the normal working hours. So first of all, we calculate his basic pay. He total worked 43 hours. 43 times his rate of payment is 12 pula 30 thabe. is 528.90. Then the allowance is 35. You understand how we get 528 and 90 tabe? Is for all 43 hours, right? We are also including the overtime hours because for the overtime, we pay with the normal rate plus premium. So the normal rate is 12.30 tabe plus premium. Premium we will add in the another column, overtime premium column. So the whole amount he directly worked 43 hours, so he will be get as a basic earning for 43 hours, which is 528.90 tabe. And the overtime, how many hours he worked as a overtime? How many hours he worked as a
3 hours.
overtime? 3 hours, right? Because normal working hours in a week is 40, he worked 43 hours. So he's supposed to get premium for 3 hours, which is 50% of the normal rate. And the normal rate is 12 pula 30 tabe. So 50% of 12 pula 30 tabe is 6 pula 15 tabe. 6 pula 15 tabe times is for 1 hour. So how much for 3 hours? You multiply by 3. 18 pula 45 hours. 18 pula 45 hours is the total overtime premium. Everybody understand how we get the amount of premium?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He does not have any other benefit, so we add all this payment, the basic pay, allowance and overtime, and then we get the gross earning. The gross earning is 582 pula and 35 tabe. Then from that, we calculate the pension contribution, which is on the basic pay, 6.2%. 6.2% of 528 pula and 90 tabe, which is give you 32 pula and 79 tabe. Then the amount of tax, you subtract 32 pula 79 from the gross earning. So the taxable income is 549 pula and 56 tabe. On that we will write with the rate of 12% the tax, which is give you 65 pula and 95 tabe. You can round up the figure and the total reduction will be 65, 95 plus 32, 79 plus 10, 58 plus 5. So the total reduction is 114 pula, 32 tabe, which is we deduct from the total gross earning 582.35. So the net payable amount will be 468 pula and 3 tabe. That's how we calculate the net payable amount. Net payable amount is the amount which is actually taken by the workers at home. The actual amount which is paid to the workers. Okay. For the fourth employee, 30, so you have to calculate yourself. And always remember that the pension and medical aid contributions are the percentage of the basic salary. The basic, not the gross or total salary. And tax is always calculate total earning minus pension contribution, then times tax rate. That's how we calculate the amount of tax. Okay. Will you able to do for the fourth employee? Especially the pension contribution and amount of tax. Will you able to calculate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody please try, and then we will see in the next class if we able to do. And this coming Saturday, we are going to have some extra lesson to practice some questions on the labor cost control, and we will see if we can do something on what is called overhead accounting. Okay. Please check the tutorial timetable and attend the classes accordingly. I'm going to upload the question for the tutorial so that you can go have the question before you go for the tutorial class. All right. Before we end our lesson, do you have any question? Would you like to ask anything?